Hey guys and welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to optimize your Nvidia graphics settings to get the most performance out of your Nvidia graphics card. And what we're going to do first is we first identify which graphics card we're actually using. For that we go to the Windows search bar and we search for the device manager. We open up the device manager and we open up display adapters. And here we can see exactly which graphics card our PC is currently using. And I'm currently using the Nvidia GeForce GTX 1060 with 6GB. Now that we know which graphics card we are using, we close this window and we open up the browser. Here we want to go to nvidia.com and then we click on drivers and then GeForce drivers. On this page we can then search for the driver of our graphics card, and for that we go to manual driver search and we type in everything that we know of our graphics card. So as for the product type, in my case I have the GeForce. For the series I have the GeForce 10 series and the product is the GeForce GTX 1060. For the operating system I use Windows 10 with 64-bit. For the language I select English, and as a download type I use the Game Ready driver. And now that we selected everything, we can start the search. Now when we go down, we see all the drivers that have been found and we choose the top one, which is the most recent one. And here we click on Get Download. Now the download page will open and we download the driver by clicking on Download Now. Now go to where you saved your driver and double click on the file. And then click on OK. Now the installation setup will start. Now we can install GeForce Experience, but we don't need it for now, so I click on Nvidia Graphics driver alone. Then click on Agree and Continue. Then on Next for the Express installation. And now the driver will install. Now the installer has finished and we can restart our computer, so click on Restart Now. So since our computer restarted now, we can talk about the really interesting stuff. So let's right click on the desktop and open up the Nvidia Control Panel. Here we have multiple settings, so let's go through them step by step. First, in Adjust Image Settings with Preview, we select Use the Advanced 3D Image Settings and we click on Apply. And after that, we click on Manage 3D Settings. When it comes to performance, there are a few very important features and settings to consider in this tab. First, if you want to use image sharpening, it is always recommended to activate GPU scaling as well. However, another feature that's really important here is the low latency mode. This should always be set to ultra. The next important feature is monitor technology. The setting for monitor technology depends on how much FPS your game has versus how much hertz your monitor can provide. We want to use fixed refresh in case our FPS in-game is higher than the refresh rate of our monitor. So if we have 150 FPS in-game but only a 144 Hz monitor, then we want to use fixed refresh. We also want to use fixed refresh in case our FPS in-game is lower than the refresh rate of our monitor divided by 2. So if we have 50 FPS in-game and a 144 Hz monitor, then we also want to use fixed refresh. In any other case, we want to use G-Sync if your monitor supports this technology. Of course, we also want to set the power management mode to prefer maximum performance. And for the vertical sync, we want to use off as long as we don't get any graphical glitches. If we do, then we set this to fast. Now we can click on Apply to update the settings. So the settings that we updated right now are the ones you should always set in the way that we did right now. All the other settings depend on how beautiful you want your games to look like versus how much performance you want. But let's now go to the next important tab, the Physics tab. Here you should almost always make sure to put the physics settings to auto-select. Of course, if you want to use G-Sync under the Manage 3D Settings tab, we also need to go to the Setup G-Sync tab and enable G-Sync and G-Sync compatible. And of course, we should also enable it for windowed and full screen mode. And of course, make sure to enable it for all the monitors that you can. And after you have done that, you can click on Apply to update the settings. So that was it for this quick tutorial. I hope you get a lot more FPS in your games with these changes. If you like this tutorial, please leave a like, it would help out my channel tremendously. Thanks for watching and I see you in the next video.